I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I got to break free. God knows I want to break free. I've fallen in love. I've fallen in love for the first time. This time I know it's for real. I've fallen in love. God knows I've fallen in love. It's strange, but it's true. Yeah, I can't get over the way you love me like you do. But I got to be sure when I walk out that door. Oh, how I want to be free, baby. Oh, how I want to be free. Oh, how I want to break free. But life still goes on. I can't get used to living without you by my side. I don't wanna be alone, no. Yeah, God knows I got to make it on my own. But baby, can't you see? I got to break free. I got to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free.
Woo! All right.
Choming.
Aye. Fantastic opening performance there by none other than Season 2's winner of KTV The Remix, Victoria August. Good morning and welcome back.
Good morning.
That's exactly the way I sound in the shower.
I hardly believe that. But since there's no proof to that one, everybody just saw you rocking it once again. And I love that song, and you just did it so great. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Victoria, when's the last time you performed? I noticed you said you were a little bit nervous today.
Yes, I was nervous. The last time I performed was for my exams. Because as I had mentioned when I was on the show, I attend Allegro Music School, and we do examinations from London to advance in our levels in singing.
Okay. So we are prepping once again for another season of KTV The Remix. Tell me what it's like as an outsider now when you see that announcement going out. Did you go back to that moment where you were trying to figure out if you should apply?
Yes, I did. I actually saw it and my memories on Facebook because I remember when I first saw it, my cousin sent it to me and she was like, I think you should do this. And first I was debating and I was like, should I do this? So I took to Facebook and I kind of posted it on Facebook and I was like, do you guys think I should audition? And I was getting a lot of support and then I decided to ask my parents about it. So we said, we'd go for it.
Yeah. It was actually the first year that we had reduced the age
Exactly.
too. Yeah.
So it was interesting because we were like, wait, aren't you supposed to be 18?
So what has it been like after the KTV win?
Well, after the win, it was very exciting. Mainly because, of course, you wanna enjoy the rest after the 10 weeks of work. But it did help me with different things like feeling more confident in performing, and music-wise, it has given me more drive as well.
The most challenging part of it for a viewer looks like when you face the judges. In hindsight, if you were a judge, what would you be telling the first you before you started off?
If I was one of the judges, I would, say that, you really need to not only wow me, but you need to wow the crowd. I would say as a judge that yes, I do play a part, but the crucial part is for you to impress your audience.
Do you think the judges are a little bit too tough? I'll call a certain name, and if that judge is tough, you whistle. I'm joking. But when the judge is too tough?
Not really. I have to say I've heard tougher criticism from my music teacher.
Wow.
I honestly have to say that because, well, their job is to push you.
Yeah.
They're trying to get you to understand that, there are other people in this competition. It's not that you're performing and you're just going to get a prize like when you were younger and competing in things like Festival of Arts. You're not all going to get a prize. You're in, not to say a battle, but to win in the end.
Yeah. There's so many components to KTV The Remix. It's preparing every week for a genre that you don't get to choose. It's facing the audience, and that audience can be a bit brutal. And it's televised live, so everybody in Belize and even beyond Belize is watching. There are live comments coming out. So when you put it all together, it's a lot for a teenager to take on. When you look back on that, how did you handle all the commentary and, when the audience just looks a little bit bored or laughing or, whatever reaction perhaps that didn't sit well with you?
For the most part, when it came to comments, I won't lie, I tried to stay off of Facebook.
Smart.
I really and truly didn't want to go back and read comments because the negativity can play a part in breaking your confidence. And I know some people would say, okay, they're going to be a little cocky about it and say, well, you know what, at least I'm up here and you're not. But at the same time, that level of cockiness can only take you so far.
Yeah. And facing that audience week after week?
It was hard because, all those eyes looking at you, it was really hard. And especially because, they're actually there, so you're like seeing their faces like, oh, she didn't sing that right, or she did that wrong. It's a lot to take in.
It comes down to votes, so people have to like you. How do you let your personality come forward with, and how do you balance that with all of the theatrics,
Okay, that is actually something that I would like to get into. A lot of people like to think about performing as, oh, this is fully me. It is never only fully you are giving on that stage. There's always an alter ego that you
Persona.
put on. Exactly. And that for me, there's one there. I am a completely different person when I'm performing than when I would be having a conversation with someone. Yes, I always keep a bit of bubbles in there, but I'm more outgoing on the stage than I would be in person. Like if you see me walking down the street.
Yeah.
You seem to have been having fun. What do you like the most about it? Was it the preparations for it? Was it the attention? Was it the challenge? What was the fire in you that led you every week come out there with a certain amount of energy? You seem to be enjoying it.
Yes, I really did enjoy it. The main thing that pushed me to come out stronger every week was the fact that my support group was family, mainly. And the family that I had, every week they'd be telling me, okay, especially when, you get the different songs and everything, they would be sending so many songs. It's like, okay, your voice has these specific types. And, they're just pushing me and telling me that, you can do your best and we'll be proud of you regardless.
Yeah.
Nice.
When you reflect on this experience, is there anything you would have done differently?
I would have worn sparkly clothes.
But you had a couple of the blue dress was
but I
very
would have worn more sparkly clothes. I think I really give all with, the shoes. I kind of really brought out my performing persona.
Yeah.
I remember when you came on, you gave a very diplomatic answer as to, who you felt was, your equal in terms of who was your biggest competitor. You're very diplomatic. But and very good answer too. But as you looked at the talent around you, it was a finals that had very good singers.
Of course.
Did that put you on edge a little? Were you like, man, she can really sing. This is.
Well, for me, I like to do research on my competition.
Mm-hmm.
And I do. I want
That's
to
good.
find out, what level they're at and, the difference in creativity between those people and myself. I actually related to Jael, and that was a shocker because I met her on the show. And she has an amazing voice. Honestly, she does. And I felt a bit, a lot of the competition tension from her, along with Rachel, of course,
Yes.
because she was an amazing singer. And, especially knowing her background and, loving music, it put me a bit on edge.
Yeah. Now, one of the things we saw in the season, and this is where, I'd love for you to kind of speak to the people who are considering. You can't just have a good voice in this competition. You won't even make it past round one, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
How quickly did you realize that?
Honestly, I realized that the moment I stepped on the stage, because I have been watching KTV since forever, before it was KTV.
Yeah.
And it's all about what you give to the people.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult, of course, because they're judging every bit of you. Like, it's not even about your voice anymore. It's about your attire. It's about the way you're interacting on stage. They want everything. They want the full work. But for the people who are auditioning, I really hope that they're, they come and they're being confident and they're giving it their all, and they need to realize they have to work hard.
Yeah.
The on stage thing is one thing, but I'm sure you were walking on the street a couple of times and you're like, hey, that's the girl from. How did you balance that out? The newfound stardom.
Well, I liked it. Like, people up to this day still look at me and it's like, I've seen your face somewhere. And sometimes I just try to smile and I'm like, are you sure? And then my mom would scan down me and be like, I'm KTV.
Yeah. Now, I'm looking at some of these clips of you dancing and just the wardrobe and all these
The
things.
hairstyles.
The hairstyles.
I have to say the hairstyles, especially this one, was my favorite because my aunt did it and we were like last minute doing my hair.
Uh-huh.
And I had fun preparing. Yes, the traveling was a bit rough.
Yeah.
Because
you're from Belmopam.
Yes.
Yeah.
And coming up and going home late in the night was really hard. Making
You were in school.
Yes, being in school. And along with having a different nail color every week, trying to have perfect shoes, outfit to fit the song that I'm singing, it was a lot to deal with.
Yeah. How has this competition impacted your, you want to pursue music.
Mm-hmm.
That's your career choice moving forward. How has this impacted your development in moving forward?
It has given me more appreciation for stage performance. Because I know I was a standstill singer. Mm-hmm. I used to like standing still. Yes, of course, from, like when I was small and doing my stuff here and I was dancing.
This is another Summerfest graduate,
You see?
Yeah?
Yes, and I love the dancing part of it.
Yeah.
But, when I was performing, I used to like to stand still. But going on the show gave me an appreciation for performance. It really helped along with the singing.
Yeah.
Looking at this, if you You said you did research. When you look at Beyonce or when you look at all of these other singers, their live performance, did you Google a couple of them and YouTube them and say, okay, this is what they were doing, so this is what they're going to help me in terms of stage performance? Did you do that kind of research?
Well, I've been to a live concert before.
Wow.
I remember, was it 20? I don't remember the year, but I remember when J. Cole's For Your Eyes Only album came out. I begged my mother to go to that concert. I told her that's the only thing I wanted for my birthday, and so we got the opportunity to go. And looking at the opening acts, the different performers from his album, kind of gave me a rush, because they weren't only up there singing, they had to be interacting with their crowd, and that's the entire point of being at a concert. You want the live interaction with that artist.
Yeah.
You want to feel what they're feeling.
It's the energy and emotion that you emulate on stage, in addition to, of course, great voice, props, costume. Yeah, that's why I said there's so many different elements in it. But I'm thinking about it, and this is pretty much, you want to pursue music. I'm imagining that one day you want to be on a live stage in a big stadium. This is your first taste. It was 500 people, which is a lot. For us here in Belize, 500 to 600 people, and how much, when you think of that in your future of stepping on a stage, all eyes on you, is it like your first taste of what you want in the future?
Yes, it is. It really was, because it gave me a rush, honestly, to be up there. And one of my favorite songs from that experience had to be When Jesus Says Yes, because when everybody was clapping and interacting, it really helped me get through the song.
Yeah.
I have to say that.
Talk to us about the prize.
Okay.
You enjoyed that, surely.
Yes, I did. I actually enjoyed a lot of the side prizes. Like, the trips, and those were really fun.
Yeah.
When it came to that $10,000, I guess everybody would emphasize more on that. What did you do with that money?
Voop.
Exactly. It's gone. It's done. I practically split it apart, because for, tuition and other things, and of course my own things, we had to put a little portion there for me to spend. But it was different, and my parents like to tell me that I really need to start saving, because I have a very expensive life ahead of me.
All right, and let's talk to the people out there who are considering. I'm sure somebody's at home saying, maybe I'll go to the audition this weekend, maybe I won't. What would you say to them about how to make that final decision?
Well, I actually have one of my friends who wants to audition. She messaged me out of the blue, and she's like, hi, so I want to ask you about KTV. Yeah. I'm like, are you thinking about audition? She's like, yeah. I told her, first of all, I want you to audition. I fully support it if you go on audition. What I told her, and what I want everybody else to know, when you come on audition for these judges, you need to wow them. Because if you don't, what will give them any idea of you wowing them on the show throughout those weeks? It's not something that you want to come here and just sing a very mellow song. You want to impress them. You want to show them that you have the talent to get on the show.
Mm-hmm.
But shouldn't you pace yourself? Like, you save the best for last, because if you give them your best first, they probably
I actually
just give them enough.
them my best first. I won't
Wow.
lie.
Yeah.
I gave them my best first. Because I had been preparing for a concert at my school, and we were practicing hour on top of hour, and I said, what, I'm going to do this song. It was when that musical came out last year was recent, The Greatest Showman, and everybody was going crazy about it. I said, I'm going to do this song.
Yeah.
Tell me something, like the other participants, as they're dropping out and you probably make bonds with them, what is their experience like from your perspective?
Well, for anyone, it would be challenging, because you did see the love that everybody had for one another. I know there was a lot of high emotions running. Some people would be really sad. it would be challenging because they thought they could advance
further.
even further. And because almost every time KTV came around, I was so shaken. I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope I don't get eliminated. I was really scared.
Yeah.
And every time, you know, when I heard that, okay, I'm going to be singing, I took a breath and I said, okay, that means, you know what, I got to give a better performance to remain here.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it gets pretty cutthroat. I mean, when you talk to people in the auditions, I don't think people know when they start how much people are going to be monitoring everything.
Yeah.
And once they have a favorite, they're gonna ride with that favorite. So that means you are enemy number one if you're a tough competitor. Yes. What would you say to people about being able to push through? What is the competition aspect to keep on bringing more and better to the stage?
Okay, well, with that entire rivalry thing, we know just like whether it's the Warriors and whoever else is playing, we have to put in that analogy because there are a lot of people you can only like so many things.
Yep.
With rivalry, really comes down to
My name is Mika Gordon. And
you and the person on stage. It's not like you're one of the fans who's gonna be like, you know, I really don't like this one, I'm riding with this one. A part of dealing with that feeling is that you need to have a strong support system behind you. Your support system has really, you know, it plays a big part because it pushes you greatly to do better.
Yeah.
It comes down to when, you know, am I going to, you know, get sad or feel down because I am an envied player, or am I going to get stronger from the hate that I'm getting?
You talk about the support system, but it takes a lot of energy, and that energy has to come from you. I mean, no matter what your best friend says or your mom says, before you get on a stage, you have to drive you.
Yeah.
How do you find that strength every week? Because it's you have to be, it's a consistent thing. How do you do that? 1 week you're just tired, like, man, I don't feel like that.
Or you had a bad day.
No, that's true. I had one of those experiences. My day actually got turned completely around. I think it was disco night. Disco
When you
night.
need the most energy.
When I needed the most energy, I was so tired. I don't know what was going on. I think typical teenage drama. Typical teenage drama. I don't remember all the details of that drama, but I just was not feeling it, and like my mom was sitting beside me, and I remember Miss Stephanie coming and was like, Victoria, you okay? You know, you're next, right? And I looked so drained, and like everybody was looking at me like, oh, she looks so depressed and sad. And as we can see, I came out and did my best.
It was a sparkly dress?
Yes, it was a sparkly dress. And I also had won that night for most scores, and I was so surprised because the night that I wasn't feeling well and I performed, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
It really turned around my night.
How much time did you spend preparing for each performance?
Yes.
Okay, well, because we had a very short span of time, picking a song was almost like this. You really had to know what you wanted to do. And I would go to my music teacher, and he helped me throughout all of it. I gave him the songs, he them, and we would practice at least 3 or 4 times before I would have to perform.
Yeah.
So you'd advise, so you'd advise somebody to get a coach, an advisor.
I would advise.
Tough critic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would, because if you're going to go out there and present your art to the Belizean people, you need to have thick skin when it comes to your performances.
Yeah, yes, the Belizean audience does require thick skin. But even the dance moves, I mean, were those natural? Were those choreographed?
No.
You didn't choreograph your dances?
I didn't have the time.
Okay.
I was focused too much on the singing, getting drilled on the singing. So it was just natural. It was how I felt with that song.
Yeah.
And what about the format? How did you approach that? You looked at the format and like, okay, because you couldn't hide. It's not like you could just choose songs that you have been singing at karaoke events from you were younger. You were put, they could spun the wheel. How did you manage that?
Well, the thing is, you need to be,
Versatile.
yes, you need to be versatile. If you stick to one genre when you're performing or when you're singing, it would be harder for this competition. It really would. And I know another one of my favorites was country because
I thought it would fit.
I grew up in a country household. My dad absolutely loves country, and this was one of his favorite songs.
Wow.
With everything, I think in my house from old school to reggae, we listen to practically everything. And I think that that's a good thing that my parents did when I was younger, that we listened to a lot of different music, and it helped me in this competition.
And who can forget your original rap?
Uh-huh.
Are you still rapping?
Yes, of course.
I think that
love
was
it.
the moment where the audience and all viewers were just like, what? This
That one was
16-year-old girl
exciting.
from Belmopan who sang all these pop songs and all this energy on stage just bust out a rap in the middle of her original music.
Well, because of the artist that I listen to,
Yeah.
it's different, it's fresh, and a lot of people would not expect a girl to go up there and rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I thought brought the vavoom to everything.
Yeah.
No one really expected it, and that's why I really felt that it would help me in, a lot of ways.
Yeah, and getting that edge. Yeah, absolutely.
It was a risk, though. I mean,
It was.
weren't you kind of uneasy? This might
Yes.
work, it might not work.
I was actually uneasy from when I was writing the song. I felt like, what if no one likes what I'm singing about? What if no one really, gets the same feeling? Because at that time, remember that the entire song was like a heartbreak song.
Yeah.
Like if anybody really listened and registered the
Yeah.
words, it was about, dealing with issues and how I want to try and be that person for you. So
Yeah.
it was risky.
Yeah, but it worked out.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I want to ask you something. So you are, having been a winner for KTV, definitely a well-known name, and we expect to see you soon performing. We know you're finishing up school. But when you look at the other landscape and you see the Belizean artists that are out there, who's your favorite?
Myself.
Beyond yourself.
Beyond myself. Okay. Well, there are so many.
Yeah.
And again, it comes down to genre and types, but one of them who I know has been pushing really hard and has improved in level is Stig.
Uh-huh.
He has improved in the way he performs his music, his lyrics,
Uh-huh.
and
Is this a Belmopan thing?
Mm-hmm.
everybody says that. I'm not kidding with you. Everybody feels like 822 people all, support one another. But it really, it's about your craft.
Yeah.
It's honestly about your
Yeah.
craft. If you feel like it needs development, you develop your craft. And it's hard to put out music because of the scene and the way people in Belize kind of, it's all about working towards what you want.
Yeah. And live performances, who do you love in a live performance in Belize?
That one's hard. Ernestine Carballo.
Ah, there's that energy.
There it is.
Which means we need to see you sing a soca song soon.
I will think about it.
Are you going to be entering in any of the song competitions coming
Yes.
up? There's a national song competition, Carnival. Have you thought about it?
I've thought about it. I think mainly because a genre I stick to when it comes to writing is pop because I like to play it safe. But I don't have problems coming out of my comfort zone to see if I prefer those genres more. So I would definitely think about
You
doing
can
it.
always do the national song too. Maybe a rapping national song will be a hit. All right, so
Might.
we are so grateful that you came in to kind of just have this chit chat with us and to remind people out there who are considering auditioning for the show just to take that jump. Yeah. But we have a game for you. It's
Yeah.
Friday.
Mhm.
Oh.
And that's,
Told you we had a
that's
surprise,
just
right?
how it works. All right. So this game is called Finish That Line.
Oh no.
So this should be easy, right?
Okay.
And you are going to pick a genre,
Okay.
and then we'll play the song. And when the music stops, you have to finish the lyrics.
Ah, okay.
All right. So
This is not
you
fair.
go
Are
ahead.
they songs that I would know?
And
Yes, guaranteed.
it'll be from the same list that was on the wheel, right?
Okay.
So you got R&B, disco, Broadway, country, pop, inspirational, soundtracks, Motown or oldies, reggae or alternative,
Okay.
right? Oh, you pick it from here.
Oh no.
I didn't see the bowl. Sorry, producer.
It's a glass bowl. It's a cute glass bowl though. Oh my gosh, it's Motown oldie.
All right, let's get that music on. So, what song did you do for Motown?
I don't remember.
Neither do I.
I don't remember.
There's the music. Yeah.
Ah, I love this one. No.
Sing it, it might help you.
Oh no. Oh.
What's the next line?
Oh.
It's easy.
What does it say? Seems to me I'm leaving you tomorrow? Is that the line?
Yeah, that's the last.
Okay.
You can phone a friend.
I wish.
Seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can.
Cause now I'm leaving.
All right.
All right, next one. Let's go. So we don't have the buzzer to go, eh.
And the answer was,
You have to sing it.
if I do, it's gonna rain.
That's fine.
I could use some rain back home, please.
Oh,
Sure,
God.
Kevin. Bring your fun Friday.
No, I can read, sing it.
Oh my.
You see, I begged, stole, and I borrowed.
All right, pick another one. Let's see.
I'm upset with this poll. This
Come
is
on.
not fair.
Big money, big money. Come on, let's go.
Okay. Inspirational.
Yeah.
Oh, this is easy.
Jesus,
You
take
guys
the
said
wheel.
the first one was easy.
Well, it literally was easy. We didn't
Yeah.
say it was
Yeah.
not difficult. All right, so here we
Jesus,
go.
take the
We're going to
wheel by
get this
Carrie
song
Underwood.
on, and you're going to know. I mean, I don't see how anyone can miss this one.
I probably will.
No.
I know the song, but I might forget.
It's one of those songs that's so good that they overplay it till you hate it.
Yeah, that's it. You go,
I don't know
girl.
if everybody heard it
Hit
because you
it.
didn't use the microphone,
And
right?
I said it.
Got
All
that
right,
one.
that was right. 50 miles to go.
Yeah,
And
you're-
she was running low on faith and gasoline.
Yes.
All right.
You're on a
let's
streak.
go.
You're on a streak.
I'm on a streak.
There
yes,
you
you're on a
go.
winning streak.
I'm probably gonna be on a losing streak pretty soon. Soundtrack.
Okay.
yeah.
And this one is going, this,
Hard.
the Peanut movie.
Oh yay! It better be my song. Yes!
All right, so you can sing it. Come on, it's
Go.
karaoke.
Don't think about it.
Uh-huh.
Just move your body.
Uh-huh.
Listen to the music. Sing oh, oh. Just move those left feet. Go ahead, get crazy. Anyone can do it. Sing oh, oh. Show the world you got that fire. Feel the rhythm getting louder. Show the room what you can do. Prove to them you got the moves. Hey, I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing. Hey, hey, better when I'm dancing. This is not fair. I practically know the song.
did perform it, but let's see if you remember the line.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, ba ba da ba 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 da ba ba da da da.
Hey.
And I don't. That was
I told you on the street.
fantastic.
That's 2 for 2. You're 2 for 2.
I think that's a great note to end on right there, because we're going to leave you on that high. And that's just such a fun song, too. But Victoria, I think that means, what is the prize again?
T-shirt.
something.
Oh, you won something. Yes.
I want something.
And this is by Cultural Apparel.
Oh.
Yeah, the rip.
Oh, it's really pretty.
Amazing.
There you go.
Really pretty.
For your national song competition.
Oh, see.
Uh-huh. There you go. It's great to
Thank
see you.
you.
Thank you for being here. And, you know, we look forward to seeing more from you in the future. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. We are going to go ahead and take a break. But before we do, we have our Flashback Friday video. And you know where it's taking us?
KTV?
2007.
Wow.
All right.
Back
So
into
that's what
time.
we're going to look at. And when we come back, it's for Brock It Down with Jenny.
So you're all grown up now, you're ready for the big show and the big bucks?
Yeah, I am. I think. There's so much life I've left to live, and this fire is burning still.
Thank you. Excellent stage presence as usual.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I've given him something he can feel. Ooh.
Well, all of that is the hot spot now. All of that.
Cuéntale que te conocí bailando, cuéntale que soy mejor que él, cuéntale que te traigo loca, cuéntale.
No letting go, no holding back, because you are my lady. Yeah, you got to all to love me. Oh, don't lose her name. You got to love her. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong.
Choose the right song, okay?
She come out shy, but she get out of that starting gate fast.
Come on now, go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now. If you're not welcome anymore.
You had all the audience helping you along, and at some parts you went real flat.
And nobody knows it from me.
And Radiance is hot.
Get
Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no. We've been meeting here so long.
Sweet,
Thank
sweet,
you.
sweet.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Oh, you got to be all over, man. Oh, honey, all over.
You were singing to only this portion of the crowd because I'm not sure if you don't know the lyrics.
Because if I look that side. Cause my love, oh my love, there's something that I want you.
And if I still had Santino's messengers, he'd be hired.
Oh, if I could just turn back the little clock on the wall, then I come to realize.
Oh, baby, if I ain't got you, baby, some people want diamond rings, some just want everything.
If we gon' fight, believe we gon' fight for all.
think I was so shocked that you came out and sang the Akon song. You're the lover man.
Como la flor, con tanto amor, me diste tú. I felt the song, I felt the music, I felt everything while you're on stage.
As she sits and wonders if all she's doing is wrong.
You da like Lazarus. They keep the foot out, they will keep the comeback.
I absolutely loved it.
Thank you.
Let me rum dum 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 pan yo. Let me rum dum.
I will be free.
Nothing
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Love me. Love me.
reach into your room. Whoa, whoa, just feel the gentle touch.
What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second hand?
I'll give it cool seed for me 2 hands.
Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me.
Money, wine, dollar, 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 dollar. Give me dollar, give me dollar, give me dollar, give me dollar, give me dollar. Ooh, my darling, tell me where.